So it's been a couple of days. I think the last time I uploaded on this channel was Friday, which, a lot has happened since then. It actually might have been Thursday. Yeah, we'll have plenty of time to talk about it as we sim through the season. A little bit of story time with Duke. But before we get to that, a quick look at the team. I went through the offseason. We didn't lose anybody major. This team is still intact. The good thing is we're at the point now, well, maybe it's not a good thing, but we're at the point now where I didn't need to sign some random dude, basically a cap whale, as we've been calling it, where we dump just $20 million onto that guy. So we have certainly hit that turning point where this team's going to be competitive. We kind of hit that turning point last year. This year, though, it's going to be very interesting to see what this squad is capable of. When you look at the team, the +3 on the top line with Mizak, Grigorenko, and Holtz is phenomenal. Mizak, of course, had to be re-signed. A lot of these guys had to be re-signed. Grigorenko has a new contract. Holtz has a new contract. Nazarov has a new deal. There's a lot of money that's being thrown around right now because we've been a bad team for so long that a lot of these guys just didn't want to resign, so you have to throw them the extra money. The good thing is it's not a perilous situation, and it results in us having a team like this where if it makes you feel any better, if we were to have Benson on the third line, it looks a hell of a lot better, but we want that +3 on the fourth line. So offensively, I am very happy with what I see there, and I think this team should be capable of good things. Defensively, this is what we're running with, and obviously it's the best version of this defense core that we've had thus far. Montgomery and Trafford is the top pairing. Unfortunately, Jamie Doughty is going to go down as one of the bigger disappointments. He's still a useful defenseman to us, but yeah, I don't know what's happened with him, but he just hasn't developed. He's next to Ivan Afinogenov, who has turned the page, thankfully. And then we have Jesse Cochran and Harry Stewart as the other options. Of course, we still have Stamkos, who's working his way up defensively. We have a couple of prospects who aren't signed this year. Goaltending-wise, it's the same, too. They've kind of capped out, but an 81 overall goalie is more than good enough to help a team win a Stanley Cup. It's, if anything, the most common overall I've seen thus far in NHL 20 over the past month or so, where you have a team that's won the Cup, it's an 81. It's I don't want to say an overpowered number, but it is, again, more than good enough to see a team win. The AHL made up completely just about of our forwards. Am I missing anybody? No? Okay, we're actually good. Now, there's not a ton of players here with good potentials. I mean, we have a medium 9 in Sawyer, but he's 23. The interesting ones, Kavanaugh, who just signed his ELC, and Brandon Kapusta there as well. So we'll see what those guys can do. Defensively, you have Lou Roberts, who might end up being okay. I tried to shield a lot of our younger guys, with the exception of the two goaltenders, who are both great. But I tried to shield a lot of our younger guys from playing in the AHL this year, because that team's going to suck. If the AHL team was good, then yeah, it'd be worth having some of those guys, playing with some of the better talent there. But Melnick's unsigned, Stamkos, you have a couple of other good options, Fawcett, Long. So we'll see what happens. We're going to have to sign a lot of guys. There's going to be quite a bit of turnover. But just to get you a look at what this team is. So the good thing is the goaltending tandem is very inexpensive. Defensively, it's going to get worse next year. Montgomery's going to be very expensive. Doughty's going to be expensive again. So the D-core, the price is about to go up. And then forward-wise, you see some of the money that we're paying out to some of these guys. It's pretty ridiculous, but we have $15 million in cap space. We're going to be able to make it work, and if we can't, then people leave as RFAs, and we get extra draft picks to recoup and keep the cycle going. So with that, well, I should say with that, we have one more thing to get to, and that would just be taking a look at the overalls and potentials on this team. And then we get the story time for where the hell I've been over the past few days. Although if you pay attention to Twitter, you already know. But yeah, I want to see what the overall ratings are for this team. Playoff hopes are there for the very first time. I think it could happen. If it doesn't, I'm not necessarily complaining. One more year of a lottery pick isn't the worst thing that could happen to this team. So we start off our season against the Dallas Stars. Overall ratings for the year, 88, 84, and a 78. Very respectable. So we have as good of a defense as Dallas, which, I mean, in late 2019 standards might not be saying all that much outside of Miro Heiskanen. John Klingberg, too. we have as good of a defense as Dallas. So we have that going for us. So as we sim through, because again, we are now at the point where we're simming through, the good thing is I have stuff to talk about today. Now, like I said, pretty sure Friday was the last day I uploaded anything. Yeah, I woke up late on Friday night because, again, I'm a psychopath who has a night-based schedule. It's just easier for me. It's quieter around my house, around the neighborhood. It's just easier for me to get stuff done. And to be honest, I kind of don't mind it. It's a little bit quieter, and quiet's very nice. So, yeah. Anyway, wake up Friday, and a lot of you guys know that I already have a dog. I've been looking for a second dog because what's better than one dog? Two dogs. Look at both my local shelters' websites. One of them got like 20 dogs in the day before, and there's a couple of them that I really, really like. Including, there was basically, I can't think of the right term, it starts with a P, but a Swiss Mountain Dog, who was fucking adorable, but he was going to be like 110 pounds, so that wasn't going to work. But I found a dog that I really liked, so it's like, okay, heading into Saturday at 11 a.m., I'll go to that shelter. So I'm up all night Friday, can't sleep in the early Saturday morning hours, so I get to that shelter on no sleep and find a dog that I really like, And, I get told, hey, come back tomorrow, and we'll see what we can do. So that same Saturday, I get an hour worth of sleep, because then I got to wake up and go to a concert on Saturday. I saw Ghost and nothing more, which was awesome. Jesus, that was a great show. It's tremendous. Although, I definitely discovered at this point in my life, I am an earplugs at a concert kind of guy, but then again, I was 3 rows away from the stage, so yeah, there's a lot of shit, but I had fun. It also didn't help that I had like 1 hour of sleep up to that point. Get home at midnight, fall asleep. It was like 1. Sleep until 12:30 p.m. Wake up, go to the shelter at 1, and take this dog home. Emmy, my current dog, met that dog at the shelter. Everything looked good. So we take this dog home. His name is Chandler. It is Chandler. He's not dead. But I take him home. I leave them outside for a little bit. Things are looking okay. Emmy's a little bit defensive, but it's to be expected. Take them inside. Emmy's still a bit defensive. And then, I'm not going to say the dog got overly aggressive, but he started getting a bit more aggressive when it came to just blatantly, like if my dog, if Emmy had a toy in front of her, Chandler would start taking all the other toys. And then it got to the point where, it was very clear that he was like, no, I'm the alpha male here. And my dog wasn't having it. And unfortunately, and it's fucking broke my heart, but it got to the point where it was clear that one of the two was going to snap at the other. Because she was defensive, he kept pushing, it wasn't going to be good. So I only had him for a couple of hours, but yeah, kind of broke my heart a little bit, man. Yeah, it did. Not even a little bit. It did. Because I've, a lot of you guys will know, like the whole Doggo 2 idea has been out there for a while. So I finally find a dog that fits after looking all year, and to have it not go well really sucked, especially too because think of it this way, think of like a Jack Russell, that looked like a golden retriever. He was like a miniature golden retriever. He's adorable, but it just didn't work, so I had to take him back. And then Saturday I just went back to bed. I was so just sad and depressed and tired too from the night before, but just sad and depressed. So I just went back to bed. I woke up at like 3 a.m. on Sunday, and then at some point just went back to bed again. And, it was Sunday that I picked him up. So yeah, I went back to bed, and then Monday I went back to bed. And now today's Tuesday, where this video will be going up. I don't know if I'm going to change anything about these lines, because let's be honest, there's not really too much we can do. This team just needs to snap out of it. But, so the past, Sunday night was just, I went to bed. I didn't want to deal with it. And then Monday was my day of moping, because I was very depressed and upset that this didn't work. And unfortunately on the dog 2 idea, it comes down to either my dog Emmy is just like, no, I'm an only dog, or it's going to have to be another female who might not be as aggressive in certain aspects, which again, my dog said, I don't fucking think so. So yeah, I don't know. And it sucks too because Friday I recorded videos that were supposed to go up on Saturday when I was at the concert. I forgot to upload them, so that sucked. And then I got home and found out that there were issues with them, hence why there haven't been videos at all. Because I did say, like, oh shit, guess who forgot to hit upload? Yeah, it turns out those videos were corrupted anyway. So, yeah. So it was a rough couple of days. RUFF. It was a rough couple of days. But I'm feeling better now. I think that's just kind of what I needed, was my one day of just moping and just feeling sorry for myself. And then it's like, okay, I'm done moping. Let's get back to the recording game. Let's get back to the recording business. Now, unfortunately, this will be the only video up for Tuesday, but we'll be getting back into the routine. The MLB series has started. The Patriots series is still going for now because FIFA's still a mess. They fixed a couple of things in FIFA, but then broke others. So I don't know when the hell FIFA will be back on the channel. You might still see something FHM related on the channel eventually. I don't know. Trying to figure it all out. But yeah, we should. Man, Mizak really shouldn't be on that top pairing, but he's going to be. We should be back in the swing of things now. So I thank you for your patience. I know that that most of you, like I said, who follow me on Twitter or whatever, you kind of knew. And I was trying to talk about it as much as possible. I really do need to use that feature on YouTube itself, where you can essentially like post a Twitter-like update. I really need to do that. And speaking of needing to do things, if our goaltending could be up to snuff, that would be great. So yeah, there you go. Just a quick little catch up on what the hell's been going on over the past few days. But yeah. So it's just kind of the whole dog thing really just kind of, it disrupted things for a couple of days. But like I said, it is not easy to look at this cute dog that you just brought home a couple hours ago and then realize, oh my god, I have to bring you back, and I don't want to, but I have to. So when you have a dog, you do realize, like, okay, if I try to get a second one, it's not up to me, it's up to my already there dog. And yeah, it didn't work, and it might not work, which is cool. Although I've talked about it a lot. When I got this dog, my current dog, Amy, of course, I got her in 2013. I should have gotten her and a sister of hers, but I didn't, because I didn't even know if one dog was going to work. And I've been regretting that for 6 years. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said, I needed my day of moping, because every once in a while, if you're in a bad mood, you just gotta sit down and deal with it. And I did. Sat down, dealt with it, didn't try to force myself through work or getting videos done or streaming. I said, nope, fuck it. I'm gonna sit here, I'm gonna mope for a solid 24 hours. And I did. And now on the back end of it, I feel great. I embraced the depression and got through it. Which, people call it a mental health day, call it what you will. I just, like I said, it was my day of feeling sorry for myself and wishing things went different, and then you move on, and you get back on the horse known as making videos, because that's what I do. Yeah. Anyway, the good thing is, as I think you can tell, this team has overcome its horrific start. And we are very much pushing for the playoffs, currently in second in the Atlantic Division, although by no means is it safe. And if we don't consistently win games here, we're going to be in a little bit of trouble and could dip towards wildcard contention rather than a top 3 spot. That's a huge loss to Detroit and a huge loss to Arizona. So indeed, the Tampa Bay Lightning have jumped us with 4 games left in the regular season. So we need to be careful, because right now the Bruins on 87 points, they are right there. We'll be safe in a playoff spot, but seeding wise it could hurt. If we're going to finish in a wild card spot, it has to be the top wild card spot, because playing the Islanders looks like it'll go a hell of a lot better than playing the Buffalo Sabres. We are playing the Bruins here, and this needs to be a win. We have been pushed back into a wild card spot thanks to Ottawa. We need a win here, please. Please, 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 please. Oh, my God. All right. Not good. Ever since we started paying attention to the record, things have gotten worse. As it stands, we are playing Buffalo in the playoffs. The Sens have us on tiebreaker right now. We need to beat the Devils, and we need to beat them badly. We win in a shootout. I'll take it, as we are above Tampa, but they have a game at hand. We're still 1 point back of both Boston and Ottawa. So a win against St. Louis would be great, but they've won 50 games this year. Easier said than done. Can we beat the Blues? No, we can't. And that's really going to hurt us. We need to beat Edmonton, who are on fire as of late. And we need Tampa to screw up down the stretch. A loss here guarantees that we play Buffalo in the first round, which would be a nightmare, and we lost. Now, we're ahead of Tampa, but unless they lose their last 2 games, we are playing Buffalo, the conference leading Sabres, and there it is. It's confirmed. So we have made the playoffs for the very first time. It is a joyous day. April 10th, 2028. The Mariners, all-out offense, draft to glory style, are in the postseason. But we pissed away an opportunity for second in this division. We pissed away an opportunity for the top wildcard spot that would have seen us play the Islanders instead. Now we get to play the Sabres, who, in fairness, that's not the most convincing conference win I've ever seen. 103 points is honestly quite low for a team that won the conference, especially when you look at the Blues, who won the West with 112. But still, it could have gone a little bit better. Could have gone a little bit better, but it is a happy day. We are in the playoffs for the very first time. No longer are we bottom feeders. We finished 15th in the league, a 3.5 goals for per game, which was the second highest in the league, but goals against at a 3.48, which was the third highest. So we have a great offense. Our defense and goaltending needs to step up. Somehow we were good enough to make it. A 22% power play, which was up there. And our penalty kill was abysmal. Second worst in the league. So offensively, we're good. Defensively, we're trash. We're the Toronto Maple Leafs. I'm kidding. Jake Gardner's not there anymore because you scapegoated him out of town. Jeesh. I had to bring up some Leafs mention. They're literally playing right now as I'm recording this because I didn't get to record this until later in the day. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do is watch that game. I didn't get to see the Bruins lose in overtime, which is fine by me. A quick look at the team as Alex Holtz led the way with 88 points, 27 goals. Kamel and Grigorenko with 36 goals each. Nazarov, a 40-goal scorer this year. Appleby, 55 points. Mizak with only 20 goals, but still not too bad. Secondary scoring's not bad, man. I mean, we had one player score under 10 goals, and that was Jovo, who admittedly is a bit disappointing, but I'll take it. Defensively, Trafford and Montgomery, both 50-point defensemen. Doughty, not too bad, 12 goals for a Finneganoff. But again, goaltending-wise, these two need to figure it out. 29 appearances for Kluchek, only 9 wins. So there were a lot of relief appearances for Peter Kluchek this season. The goaltending, which I honestly thought would be okay, has proven to be a weak point for us this season, as David Pastrnak in Ottawa led the league in points. My eyes, my sweet, beautiful eyes, they are on fire, as Charlie McAvoy was the only 70-point defenseman in the league. Goaltending-wise, Hunter Jones, 46 wins. Nobody else had more than 39. That is insanity. The shutout king, Spencer Knight, and Evan Fitzpatrick, the save percentage king. I mean, for starters, it was Olaf Lindbaum in Anaheim with a 919. So yeah, anything over a 920 was a rarity. For the top rookie, Yurki Barkov in Calgary, 40 goals as a rookie. Jesus Christmas, and you could tell why by that shooting category. That is insane. So with that, again, we know that we are playing Buffalo in round 1. However, to make sure I get this video up today, I am going to call it there. A very abbreviated episode of the series, but this series will be back tomorrow alongside a Patriots episode. Then Thursday, we'll be back with San Jose and the Nations United MLB series that we just started up with the Detroit Tigers. Check out that first episode if you haven't already. I thank you guys for watching. I thank you for supporting this series, this channel, me, my dog, and maybe a second dog if that happens down the road. Appreciate the hell out of you. I will see you tomorrow, damn it, because we're back. Although, let's be honest, I'm not expecting much out of this playoff series, but hey, it's a step forward. We're in the postseason.